welcome to another. Hello, this is Wilson. I have not been recording for the past couple of days. I apologize for that. Yeah, I think even YouTube takes effort, so like I can't stick to one commitment daily. So, but I have to make it a commitment to learn computer science. So, yeah. Last time we animated a rocket, and I was going to delete this thing, but I was like, yeah, well, I worked so much, I put in so much effort to make this, so it's better to not delete it. I was thinking about doing some JavaScript tutorial as well, but like again, it's the same thing. My name would just pop out in that terminal. So we continue. When you animate picture of the rocket eventually disappears into the ground. What was happening here? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It was going. Yeah, I mean, when I animated it here, it was like bottom to top, but like here it's like top to bottom. Rocket in old science fiction movies don't sink into the ground. They gracefully land their bottoms, and the movie should end right there. Yeah, that is true. The idea suggests that computation should proceed differently depending on the situation. Yeah, that is also true. In our example, the picture of rocket program should work as is while the rocket is in flight. When the rocket's bottom touches the bottom of the canvas, however, it should stop the rocket from descending any further. It should, yes, it should. In that sense, the idea should be new to you. Even your mathematics teacher defined functions that distinguish various situations. So yeah, here's where you have some sine x plus 1 if x is greater than 1, greater than 0, 0 if x is equals to 0, minus 1 if x is less than 0. The sine function distinguishes three kinds of inputs: those numbers that are larger than 0, those equal to 0, and those smaller than 0. Yeah, true. It's like an if statement, like you have in many programming languages. Depending on the input, the result of the function is plus 1, 0, or minus 1. You can define this function in Dr. Racket without much ado using conditional expression. Okay, let's see. I don't think it would have any bearing on this because this is a very complicated function in itself, but let's say but if statements are very important in like actual programming. Define sine x oh man. What am I doing? And here you actually close the function itself. So you have three if statements, and I think it's using cond instead of like if, like you use if in both Python and JavaScript. Here it's the keyword is cond. So now you run. What's the problem here? Expected clause with a question and an answer, but formerly clause with only one part. Okay, so it expects a question and answer. Oh yeah, this is the problem. It's basically, it's saying if x is equals to 0, then the answer is 0. Yeah, and now we actually need to run the function. The error here was basically, here, this is like the operator, and these two are operands, and it's saying basically if x is equals to 0, then the output should be 0, and there was no output there. So now let's run it. That's 1, so sine 10. So 10 is greater than 0. So we get the output is 1. This one runs, and then I think the other two are highlighted black because they don't run, so the function stops here. So then you have sine minus 5. And then I think the last one would run, and then sine 0. Yeah, so you get minus 1 here. And now you don't get that black line because all three of them are running. Yeah. So all three of them are running, so you don't get the black line. Open new tab. In general, conditional expressions have this. And I would usually copy and paste the syntax, but I'm not doing it now. So this is a conditional expression, consists of as many conditional lines as needed. Each line contains two expressions. The left one is often called condition, and the right one is called result. Occasionally we also use questions and answer. To evaluate a cond expression, Dr. Racket evaluates the first conditional expression 1. If this yields true, Dr. Racket replaces the cond expression with results expression 1. Evaluates it and uses the value as result of entire expression. If the evaluation of conditional expression yields false, Dr. Racket stops at the first line and starts over. In case all condition evaluate to false, Dr. Racket signals an error. So basically it's saying so it evaluates this, and if it yields true, then it stops there, because we saw the other two were dark lines. Then Dr. Racket, condition if it is sealed, Dr. Racket replaces the condition expression and evaluates and uses the expression, the entire and cond expression. If the evaluation of condition expression, Dr. Racket drops the first line and starts over. So if it's false, then it moves to the next line. If that is false, it moves to the next line. In case all conditional expressions are false, then Dr. Racket signals an error. So it's this either means that you get if expressions are evaluated in a serial order. Yeah, basically. Yeah, they all get evaluated in serial order. With this knowledge, you can now change the course of the simulation. The goal is not to let the rocket descend below the ground level of 100 by 60 C. Since the picture of the rocket function consumes the height where it should place the rocket in the scene, a simple test comparing the given height to the maximum height appears to suffice. Is this actually going to work? If it is over 60, you get the same scene. Yeah, I don't know if it's actually going to work. For the revised function definition, the definition uses the name of picture of rocket v2 to distinguish two versions using distinct names, which allows us both function interaction area and compare the results. Here is how original version works. Picture of rocket 555. No matter what the number you give, if it is over 60, you get the same scene, in particular when you run. Yeah, so now they're using a cond because we don't have the same dimensions. So picture of rocket v2, so we have is v2. So let's try. Oh man, this is going to be, let's try. Define picture of rocket. HEIGHT cond. Do I have the place image? What it's trying to do is it's trying to put it in like the put it at right at the bottom, but like yeah, this is what I'm saying. The dimensions are not pretty. Yeah, the dimensions are not. It is using 60. Yeah, this kind of rocket should have been downloadable, but it's not, and so it's 160. So that's the dimensions of that, and the dimensions of our empty space are. Our empty space are, I have noted it down, 233. So we use 233 and 217. So if height is greater than or equal to 233, place image, let's say 223. We copy the rocket. Place image. Yeah. Height and empty scene. It was 500 and 600. These things are actually quite fun to do when you think about it, because like the scope of the problem is limited. When you're working on an actual project, then the project gets very large. Now if the height is more than 60. Greater than. We use 233, yes. Actually, it's not 233, it's probably 600. The rocket is 233, but the height itself is 600. So we place it at 500. Place image. Place image. Empty scene. What's 5060? We have empty scene at 500, 600. So probably let's go with 500, 600 for now. Okay, let's see what happens. Empty scene, expected a function call, but there's no open parentheses before this function. Where is the error? Function call, but there is no open parentheses before this function. Have I even defined these functions anywhere? Let's see. Empty scene, expected a function call, but there's no open parentheses before the function. What does that mean? Where is even the error? Which line is it? Which line is it? Or is it this one? Let's try to comment this out, all this out. If that is the one where the error is. Oh yeah, probably that's where all the error was. Racket, comment out with semicolons. Oh man, come on. Okay, so the error is here. Empty scene, expected a function call, but there is no open parentheses before the function call. Place image. Oh yeah, this is where you gotta close it. Missing syntax. Yeah. Yeah, I need to call the function actually. How did they? Picture of rocket. I'll copy paste the function name. Yeah, this is quite fun. V2. Let's what the hell was that? Yeah, I mean it's squashed completely. You do see it like on the edge, but like we don't see it like that. Let me try something. If height is less than equal to it is completely squashed actually. Let's try with this one. I can try fixing it. Animate. But even this one is like completely squashed. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not at the center. Like they are using 160 here, so height, it's twice the height, so I can try it at 100, but then it'll actually, yeah. 100 is like 5 times less. So now I gotta think about how this is going to. Here the height is less than 600, which is not even possible. So 5 times less of something. No, it's not 5 times less. It's like the empty scene is like 50, 60. What is the empty scene of these guys? So it's half of that, so let's try it at 250. 250, if it's 50, 60 indeed. Yeah, it's still pretty squashed. Yeah, let's try 250s. I don't think there'll be. Yeah, now it's even worse. Don't see anything. Let's try 1000. We were at 500, right? So okay, this is not quite what I expected it to be. Yeah, I'm running low on battery as well. And now I messed up the older one, so oh man, this was 500, 600. Yeah, so let's do this to be 1000. I'm still in the beginning it said we are not teaching you to tinker. Yeah, now it's a little bit better. Now it's a little bit like this, but I don't know why. Like, if it should stop at this, like this probably does not run then. I think let's do it to be like 2000. It's very similar to that now. Yeah, now it's very similar to that. Let's say this is 2000 as well. So my own estimation is that this wouldn't run, but yeah, this is very similar to that. It's like almost like 4 times. There it was like twice if it's at 100. Let me do it to be like 3000. Yeah, so it's not, it's like, now it's pretty similar to that. I think it was 5. Here instead of 100 we need something like, yeah. So I think instead of 100 we need something like 2000 there. Here instead of 100, because it's 50 on 2. Here in the empty image they have like 50 on 2. Yeah, it's like 160 empty scene. But ours is definitely larger for whatever reason. Yeah. Oh, but then if it's 160, then it's like 500, 600. It just has to be that much bigger, because like otherwise you don't see anything. The rest I'll do later. I just do animate, and that probably is going to be the end of the video. Animate picture of Rocket V2. Big Bang cannot render images larger than 2000. Okay. So I think I need to put it down to like 1000 and 1000. And let's see if it touches down. Moment of truth. Is our rocket going to touch down? Or is it going to continue? Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh yeah, it does touch down. It does touch down. That's great. So our rocket did touch down. That's good. Let's try to put it at 500 now. Let's see what happens. And I think what's happening is that the black line is saying that, yeah, that didn't run. Yeah, because first it's oh no 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 Control X. So yeah, the black line is probably saying that it didn't run. The black line is saying it didn't run. I think we tried it here. Like if we do Control R. Let's see, let's remove this. So it's probably this, it's saying with this black line, it means that these two did not run and this ran. So when we did something like this, then it was like, yeah, this part didn't run, but this part did. But now let's try with 500. It's right at the corner, like it's like, I think with 1000 it's a lot better, even though it doesn't squash. I mean, it's like squashed. It doesn't fully stop, but yeah, so even with 500 it stops, but it isn't in the middle. So I think 1000 is a lot better. But what still ends up happening is that it's like a little bit it doesn't, it's very much like this. You still don't get like it should stop at here max like at this place where you see those red pins, but like it just goes all the way there. So anyway, that's it. Like and subscribe. Consider donating through PayPal, and stay tuned for more. I don't know how much longer, and peace out.